Today I prepared 5 reasons why I believe it's hard to find love in Canada. And these are based on my personal experiences, my friends' experiences, and a little research that I did prior to this video. Because this was one that hit me. Single, cold time, you go to work, you're having a rough day at work, man. And then you're like, shit, you don't even have nobody to call, like, oh baby, you're good. Yeah, I'm just having a hard day. Nobody's calling you because you're single. Oh my God. You know, some people are different. Like, everybody's different. My experience or my needs are not gonna be the same as your needs. So for you, maybe having a long distance relationship is good for you. You're fine with that. But like a person like me, bruh, I want my baby beside me every day, all day, every day. You know what I mean? I like them clingy. Yeah, boy. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Nayoka, and today I'm very excited because I get to talk about this very interesting topic. And this topic is, why is it so hard to find love in Canada? Why? It's a very interesting topic. A lot of people are asking the same question, and I'm so glad that we got an opportunity to discuss it today. First thing on my list is Canada's geographical challenges. Now, Canada is the second largest country in the entire world. Take a second to soak that in. Canada is very big. You know what I mean? And the population is small, and then everybody is spread out into each provinces. You know what I mean? So it's easy for you to have a long distance relationship in Canada, even if you're living in the same province, right? So you don't want, well, if you're a person who likes your partner beside you, close to you, and you want to have that intimate relationship always, then that might not be a good thing for you, because you're going to need to have somebody closer to you. So if you want to see the person, it's just maybe a 5-minute, 6-minute, 20-minute drive away from you. You know what I mean? But if you're a person who likes to have like a long distance relationship, because everybody's different, right? Everybody likes different type of things in life. So if you like the long distance, then maybe it's not an issue for you. But like, say for example, right? You could be living in the same country, Canada, but you live in 2 different provinces. If your partner live in British Columbia and then you live in Nova Scotia, that's like 2 opposite sides of Canada. And to get to your partner, that's gonna take at least about 60 hours of driving. Guys, I didn't say 60 minutes, I said 60 hours of driving. That can easily turn into a week of trying to get to your lover. You know what I mean? And if you're like, okay, you don't want to drive, you want to take the plane, you want to take a flight, okay, it's gonna be at least 5 to 6 hours of flight just to get to your partner. And then not to mention how much that plane ticket is gonna charge you to get there. Maybe you're gonna pay $500-$600 just to get there. But if you were close to the person, then that $600 could easily turn into the most romantic date night you have ever had, and you still have change left over. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what you like, but based on my experience and based on what I like, I feel like it's big. So if I'm gonna find somebody to date, then I would find somebody that's closer to me to date rather than in a different province, because it's gonna take a lot of money to see them and a lot of time and resources. Second thing on my list is Canada's cultural diversity. Now, of course, I have to put the diversity into it. Like, if I don't put diversity into it, then what kind of video is this? Of course, I mean, don't get me wrong, Canada's rich cultural diversity is one of its greatest strengths. And the reason why I say that is because as a Jamaican, I grew up in Jamaica all my life, right? Jamaica is just a tiny little island in the Caribbean, right? So like, I grew up with Jamaicans. I grew up in my Jamaican culture, and that's the only culture that I know, right? Now, when coming to Canada and I meet other people, I meet Asians, I meet white people, I meet all different people from around the world, and now I get to learn their culture. Because even my coworkers, you know, you have a coworker, you spend a lot of time with your coworkers at work, so you tend to now learn from your co-workers based on their culture. Now, a lot of people know a lot about Jamaican culture, but a lot of Jamaicans don't know a lot of things about other people's culture. So coming to Canada, I really learned a lot about other people's culture. That is something that I really like about Canada. But now when it comes to dating, it can really complicate the dating scene. Imagine this. You found a very beautiful person, right? You and this person have a very good connection and you guys hit it off right off the bat, right? Boom, now. But the only problem with that is you are from a different culture from the other person. Boom, you bring home the person to your parents, like, oh mom, this is my girlfriend, or oh mom, this is my boyfriend. Then your mom start a big feud with you because the person is from a different culture. Tell me now, how that work? For you, you're fine with it, but then when the family comes in, it's chaos, because you know, once the family is involved, then it's always gonna bring chaos. And then you don't want that, because like, who wants to have family feud with their parents over their partner? You know what I mean? So I mean, if you're strong in the relationship, you guys can work. But if you're not that strong and you're a family person and you need your family around you, then in the long run, it won't work. So because of the whole diversity, then you're afraid to now go out and date out of your culture because you don't know what your family is gonna say. Like some parents, right? They tell their kids specifically when they come to Canada that, hey, do not date anybody outside of your culture. And then a lot of people, they get limited now because your parents are saying don't date out of your culture. So now you have to look for the people who came from where you came from. You know what I mean? And now that limits stuff for you, and it's making it hard for you. You know what I mean? So you see other people from other cultures that you like, but you can't date them, or you can't get into anything serious with them because you know that it's gonna cause problem with your family. When you limit yourself like that, you can go a whole day without seeing somebody your type. Because as a black person, right, like me, I'm from Jamaica. Say my parents were telling me that I need to date Jamaicans only. I could go a whole day, like going about my day, going to work, running errands, doing this, going that to the mall, doing everything, and I never see a Jamaican all day. And it can be like that for other cultures. You could be a white person, you could go a whole day without seeing somebody white. You could be an Asian, you might not see your speck when you go out. So that's another thing. But if you were living in a place, say Canada was a place where only your culture is, right? Then it will be easy for you to find somebody because everybody is the same. But now, because everybody is different and you have so many thousands of different people coming from different countries, it's hard. This leads me to my third point, and this is the harsh weather conditions. Ugh. And when I talk about weather conditions, I'm talking about the winter months. Canada's winter is not for the weak. Canada has some very brutal winter months, and I'm telling you, yo, because of that, it limits a lot of activities because nobody wants to go out in the cold talking about you're gonna do some activities in the cold. When it's winter time, you just want to go to work, come home, and go back to work and come home. You ain't got no time to be lingering and staying on the road excessive times. Nobody have time for that. You know what I mean? And this one, I can talk from personal experience because when I first came to Canada, I came in the middle of winter. I came in December, you know, in the middle of winter. So it's like, you know, growing up in a tropical country and then coming to the cold, it just hit me, right? That thing hit me. That was a big shock for me. When it's winter time, right, you have to make sure that you dress warm. You can't go outside wearing what I'm wearing now, right? You can't even, sometimes you can't even wear this inside your house when it's winter because it's very cold. You're right. So like when it's winter time, you have to dress from head to toe warm. You have to have your winter boots on. You have, let me start from head. You have to have your beanie. Some people, they have to wear their scarf around their neck. Then you have your big thick winter jacket from up here all the way down past your knees going down. Then after that, you have to dress underneath. You have to have on like maybe a long sleeve sweater underneath, and then you have to have on what do you call it, a sweatpants. And then after that, then you put on your big thick winter boots for the snow. Tell me now, what's attractive about that? What's attractive about that? You can pass your crush and your spec and your type every single day, but because they're all dressed in black clothes and dark winter color and everybody's all tucked up in the snow, nobody have time to be looking for a girl or a man when everybody's all tucked away. Okay, so imagine this: you go to work, you're having a bad day at work, and then you come home only to find a cold house, and then it's only you, nobody to cuddle with, nobody to snuggle with. It's hard. It's very hard. And then you have to endure that for the entire winter season until summer, until June come again, and then boom, the time get warm and maybe you have a chance to find somebody during the summertime. But during the winter time, it's very hard to find people because like everybody's all tucked away trying to be warm, you know what I mean? So that's a challenge, because as a Jamaican, when we're in Jamaica, every day is hot. Every day is hot. And when you go up the road, your man, psst, baby, you look sexy doing your nice looking shots, baby girl, brownie, brownie. That's what you're used to. That's what I'm used to in Jamaica. So coming here in winter and see everybody cloaked up, you can't even see their face to say, oh, let me see if that guy's handsome, or let me see if that girl is cute. You can't see the person's body shape. You don't even know if the person look nice under all that clothes. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's hard, because during the winter time, nobody have time for that. Number 4 on the list is work-life balance. Now, a lot of Canadians, they prioritize their careers, right? So when you start prioritizing your career, it leaves a little bit of room for socializing and dating and stuff like that, because now you're more thinking about something more promising, something more fulfilling for you, because that's gonna bring in more money to your household, right? Now, and another thing that I realized in Canada, for living here for a few years, I realized that Canada is very expensive. So people don't really have a lot of money to be going on dates and spending money outside when you have your bills to pay. People always have to be on the grind. You have to do 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs sometimes, you know, just to make ends meet, just to pay your bills. So when you're on the go like that, going to work, you don't have dating in your mind. Maybe it's in your mind, but it's all the way to the back, because right now it's a money making mood and you ain't got time to be thinking about, oh, bringing out this person on a date, and then you're trying to make the money, but one date will know. Maybe one date will cost you, if you go to a good restaurant, maybe you're spending like $250 for that one date, and then some other costs like maybe gas or Uber or whatever, you know what I mean? So like, people have to work hard for their money. So who have time to be thinking about dates when you have bills to pay? You know what I mean? So going to work, and then a lot of times what I see when people are going to work, especially me, I do it too. So I'm one of those people. When I'm going to work on the transit, I have my AirPods in my ears and I'm blasting my music and no cares in the world. I ain't got time to be looking at guys like, ooh, that guy's cute or whatever. Because I'm just focusing my music, and a lot of people are doing that. So even if you see somebody who you're attracted to, you're like, shoot, that person is listening to their music. You don't want to go and annoy them. And believe me, it's very annoying when a person come up to me and trying to talk to me when I'm listening to my music. I'm like, bro, don't you see I'm listening to my music? Relax. So like, some people find it very annoying when you try to come and talk to them, especially when they're listening to their music. So like that kind of like complicate things a little bit more, because you might see a girl that you really like or a guy that you really like, but you can't approach them because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to come off as rude, and you don't want to be like annoying the person before you even get to know them. So that's another thing, because it's so busy, everybody's in a rush, you're rushing to go to work, you're rushing to go home from work. So it's very chaotic and it's very sad, but it's just the reality. Last but not least is the online dating fatigue. And I say it's fatigue because like it can be very stressful. So people use online dating platforms for different reasons. Now, some people go on there because they're scammers and they're looking for somebody to scam. Other people go on there genuinely trying to find a husband, trying to find a girlfriend, trying to find a partner. other people go on there for hookups, one night stands, and stuff like that. So that's why I said, like, people use dating platforms for various reasons. In Canada, online dating platforms are very popular. Like, majority of Canadians are on dating platforms. So I feel like I am the old school type. I'm not the type to be going on a online dating website, because I feel like I grew up in a different with a different culture, and this is our culture in Jamaica, and I feel like that's what I will go forward with, because it feels nicer when I meet the person in person. I see their appearance, I see the way they carry themselves. I mean, you can't know somebody from meeting them one time, but at least you can see the potential going forward. You know what I mean? I believe that maybe one day I'm in the grocery store and my Prince Charming just maybe bump into me. My groceries fell on the floor and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me help you with your grocery. And then he's like, oh, you're so pretty, can I get your number? Like, yeah. That's my ideal scenario in my head. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm on the road, maybe taking a walk, and then the other person is taking a walk and he's like, oh, you're so pretty, can I get to know you? Like, I like in-person interactions. I don't really like the online thing because, as I said, there are different type of people looking for different type of things on the online dating platform. While online dating is very popular in Canada, it can be very challenging to find meaningful connections this way, right? Because, you know what, let me even put it this way. I know a handful of people right now who met their partner on dating websites. One of my coworkers, she met her partner on a dating website, and now they live together, they have a kid together, and they're living very happy, right? So I'm not trying to like bash dating websites and say it doesn't work. It does work. You know what, I'm pretty sure that the person who came up with dating website from the beginning, like the first person, I'm pretty sure their intention was very pure. Maybe they just set it up to say, okay, this is a good way for people to meet other people and get to know people. You know, I'm pretty sure the intention was pure. But no, 2024, there's a lot of stigma attached to dating websites. Like, when you go on a dating website, the first thing you're thinking about is a hookup. Like, if guys just want a random hookup, that's the first place they go, to a dating website. I mean, it's very blunt, but it's true. Like, if you ask anybody these days, when you go to dating websites, you're just looking for somebody, a one night stand, a little hookup, something, and if it work, it work. If it doesn't work, it just don't work. But people don't really go there to look something meaningful. Like, you might have a few percentage of people who go there to really look something meaningful, but sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it does not. It depends on what you like. If you feel like you can test the waters with the dating website and that can work for you, then go ahead. But if you're like me, the old school way, you can maybe try the old school way and see if that works for you, but maybe it would take longer. The thing with online dating is that you just don't know who you might meet, and not everybody online is genuine and pure and looking for the same thing that you are looking for. Some people are very dangerous out there on the online platform, so you just have to be careful whenever you go to a dating website trying to find somebody genuinely. And this goes for both male and females. You just have to protect yourself when you go out there seeking to find somebody on a dating website. That's it for this video. If you want to leave a comment telling me your personal experience based on one of these points that I made, let me know. Let's have a discussion, and maybe I can even do a part 2. I really wanted to get somebody else, like my friend, somebody else from Canada, so that they can share their experiences. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. I hope this sheds some light on some concerns that you might have had in the past, and now it cleared it up. If you want me to do a part 2, I can definitely do a part 2, guys, because I like talking about this topic. And yeah, let me know what you think about the video. Please remember to leave a like, please remember to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.